Hi everyone and welcome. This is our third in the series of Going Green, especially as we anticipate the launch of Unique in 10 days' time. Bright smiling faces, raw enthusiasm, eager anticipation. They are certainly qualities I've seen in you all in recent weeks. It also would be true to say of the children on Christmas morning as they come down, eagerly having awaited Santa's arrival. Now, as we all know, Father Christmas is real and certainly will be for us this year, as we have enjoyed our first 6 weeks trading with Unique. What we need to be aware of is that we have 3 core skills in order to be really successful in the business. We need to be able to book parties, be it online or in front of face-to-face people. We need to be able to recruit new people into the business and, of course, sell our amazing products. You have already seen the difference that these products can make with all the fantastic pictures that you've posted. Tonight we are going to concentrate on sales and all the different opportunities that we might have to actually move our product at the Christmas period. It is a time of giving, and we also need to look at the industry that we are a part of. There are only 2 industries which actually sell more product than we do at this time of year. And the top one is actually food, and the second one is energy, gas, electric, water, and so on. We are then part of the 3rd largest industry in the country. Toiletries and cosmetics are that 3rd industry, which we will be a part of. It might also interest you to know that direct sales in the UK is already a $3 billion business and is in the top 10 best places to work in multi-level marketing. So once again, we are in the right time, right place, right company and right product. We need to just take a look at the actions we're taking to get to where we want to be. Where do you think people mostly buy their toiletries and cosmetics from? For many, many years, the answer would have been Boots. In recent years, Tesco is actually the place that most people buy product from. It has the #1 spend in our industry. Why do you think that is? I do believe it's because people have got so little time, and therefore when they are doing or ordering their shopping, it's very easy to put their toiletries in at the same time. All about the ease and the service of shopping. Who do you think is the #1 direct sales company in our industry? Yes, you won't be surprised to know it is Avon. Why is that? Again, it is the ease of shopping and somebody going to collect and deliver their order. Also remembering that they have been in this country for well over 40 years. We are about to start. We have a fantastic start, and we also have a great track record in the other countries to actually work from. So this is our opportunity now to take whatever slice of this huge pie that we are looking for. And tonight we'll take a look at the sales and how that can happen. Before I actually move on, I want to hand over to Darius, who is going to continue with our social school. Many of you have advertised some of the ways that he is going to help us with our social skills. And we have had some fantastic evenings this week in small groups with Google Plus and Google Hangout, albeit on video, or even we had a fabulous meeting last night with everyone joining in actually online as if we were all in a meeting together and got some really serious work done. So you would need ideally our Google Plus account and to maximise your Facebook. So I'd just like to hand over to Darius first of all before we continue with sales, as he will continue with our social school. Welcome, Darius.
So welcome back to Social School. I'm so excited to be here tonight and telling you a little more about the knobs and switches that make our business buzz and whirl. We've made a couple of changes to tonight's content, but we hope you find them useful. We're still covering the same content from the core modules discussed last week, but thought that this may be more useful now rather than later on. So a very warm welcome to you all, and a much gratitude for putting some time aside tonight to come and learn or be reminded of the topics we're going through. Can I also just take a moment to thank Nadine not only for her usual warm and lovely welcome, but also for the time, energy and huge amounts of experience and enthusiasm that she brings to the unique opportunity each and every day. If you agree with that, please can you comment in the chat box on the right hand side. Okay, so last week we started our social journey by going through setting up your marketing funnel, setting up your shop and getting ready for business. Exploring the reasons why we need a funnel and the benefits that it brings to each of your businesses. If you would like to refresh your memory on any of that or the content that Nadine covered with her top recruiting tips and Big Al's magic words to use when recruiting, then please take a look at the replay which was posted in the Get Started group on Facebook. So, onward then to the next exciting chapter of our journey, and back to social school. This week we'll be covering Facebook audiences, building your fan base through your business page, engaging with them once you've got them and keep them hanging around, and finally we'll cover hanging out on Google+. Let's dive straight in and get started with Facebook audiences. Facebook audiences are there to help you separate out all the different groups of people you communicate with on Facebook. They allow you to view content generated by a selected group and also to communicate with them exclusively. This means that you will not be bombarding the people with the wrong information, or to perhaps put it a slightly better way, you'll be sending the correct message and information to the group of people that are most interested in the content that you're providing, and also further increasing your rate of return on the effort that you have already employed. Setting up your different groups or lists is simple and very straightforward. First of all, in Facebook, scroll down the long list of items down the left-hand side of the page until you reach Friends. Hovering slightly to the right of this, click on More. You will see a bunch of lists already made for you by Facebook. These are groups or lists of people that Facebook has pulled together based on workplace, interests, location, or schools attended, and so on. The two existing ones that we will focus on tonight are Acquaintances and Restricted, which sadly sounds more dramatic than it actually is. Acquaintances can be used in a number of ways. For our purposes, we will use it as a way to separate business and non-business pleasure. By clicking on the list and adding any of your Facebook friends that are not working or personally tied to you, you will be able to choose, literally at the click of a button, when you are posting on your profile, whether this group should be included in the post or not. Next we have Restricted. This is the secret unfriender. If there is someone who you no longer wish to see the content of, or for them to see the content that you are posting, but you don't want them to be upset or disgruntled that you have unfriended them, then simply add them to this list and voila. They will not appear in your newsfeed anymore and you will not in theirs, but you are still in each other's friends lists and you can choose to take them out of the sin bin anytime you might like. Should you wish, you can always click on Friends, then More, down the left hand side at any time, and by clicking on the restricted list, you will see their news and content there. So, let's move swiftly on. Let's set up 3 new lists of people that will help us clearly identify the different kinds of people we want to talk to each day. To create a new list, simply click on Create List at the top of the page after you have clicked Friends and then More down the left hand side. The first will be Party People. Add all the people you want to or have already approached to host a party for you. Keep adding them as you accept or send new friend requests. Secondly, we'll set up a Product People list. Those who are the buyers that you have already or have shown an interest in your products before. Again, keep adding new people as they come along. It doesn't matter if you have the same person in more than one list. If they are both a prospect and a product person, well, that's fabulous. And just add them to both lists, it's fine. Finally, we have prospects people. I'm sure you have already guessed that this is the place where your prospects go. The hot lead you've just friended from a networking group, your chum from up the road that you know would really benefit from the opportunity so very much, and the nice lady from down at the gym that always asks how you're getting on. There you have it then, the 3 Ps. As Nadine always says, the best things all come in threes, and this is no exception. By clearly communicating with your individual groups and sending out your key targeted messages, you'll keep them interested and engaged for longer. As an added bonus, only your friends will see about that crazy night out with the one too many mojitos, but not your more businessy posts all the time, except for, of course, when you choose. Don't forget to add each of your list into your favourites by clicking the cog next to the name list for ready reference and easy access. Now, each time you're sending out a post from your personal profile, you can do so from inside the list or from your regular status update place and select the audience you want to include in the post, or in the case of acquaintances, exclude. Just click the grey button in the bottom right of where you type the post and select the audience that you wish to see the content you are producing. So, let's move on now to your business page on Facebook. Many of you have already established your page and have busily been acquiring likes, placing posts and building your reputation along with it. And isn't that just fantastic? The exciting world of online sales opening up before your very eyes. But let's see if we can add to that and further enhance the results you're getting. Remember, all feedback is very welcome, and any top tips of your own can be sent to me or to Nadine, or even better, posted on the Get Started group for everyone to see and enjoy. As we know, your page is there to build your Facebook presence and spread the word about our amazing product range and opportunities. We do this by generating likes, comments, shares, and so on our page and the content we post on it. By posting regularly 3 or 4 times a day, this helps fill our page with wonderful content and attract new people to it, as well as inform those that are already there. Why not use every post? Available in the Apple App Store and Android Market for free, which will allow you to produce several posts all at once and schedule them to be sent out throughout the following day at different times, leaving you free to tend to the kids, go out to work, or speak with those party hosts and prospects that are burning a hole in your list. A good rule of thumb to use when creating a page post is to think, would I really want to receive this information if it showed up on my newsfeed? Would I find it engaging? And would I want to interact with it? If the answer is no to any of those, then tweak it until it meets those needs. Earlier in the week, I saw that Natasha posted in the Get Started group about networking in groups. What a clever idea that is, and has led to her receiving 14 new friend requests before she'd even had her Weetabix. Now let's not forget, ask them to like the page whilst they are at it, so that they are kept in the loop about what you're doing and how they can join in should they wish. Create posts about things you know that groups of friends will love. Then tag them in the comments, asking them to take a look and like the page. It's so much more engaging and enticing when you see content that has been specifically made for you and can create a sense of obligation to boot. Why not do 2 or 3 posts and tag different friends into each, or perhaps do a post about joining and then another tagging your friends in on a different subject, so that when they come and mosey on over and take a look, they'll see the joining post too. By doing this, you will create ripples in your pool of friends, some of which will overlap when they both see that they have visited recently or when they next meet and discuss what they saw and did, creating a second ripple for no extra effort. Finally then, for Facebook tonight, now we've got them, we certainly want to keep them. It would be a great shame to put in your time and effort to gain all your new fans, and for that to fall by the wayside because they've got bored or disinterested in what is really an amazing and second to none product range and opportunity. So let's do some posts that are specifically for your existing fans. Keep them entertained and wanting to come back for more. Develop them into loyal and devoted fans that want the latest news and look forward to seeing your posts in their newsfeed. Ask them questions often and request feedback too. Value their feedback and praise it openly. They will value your effort and time spent, and their friends will see it too. Why not put on a quiz just for them? A question a day for 5 days. Those that answer each question correctly will be entered to win a free makeover or perhaps a free fibre mascara. You can run special promotions just for your fans. A great example of this is the pre-orders that you're all busy collecting at the moment. Why not place a post for your existing fans which explains that if they order with you before the 1st of November, you'll get the products to them as soon as possible and make a saving of about £3 on the postage, but available for this month only. Be sure to cover the 3 Ps in different posts. Of course you can cross-sell and offer a product, but go on to say that they can have it for free if they hosted a party with you, but just make sure that each of the 3 Ps are covered each and every day. Over the last several weeks I've really enjoyed going over a great many of your posts, having reviewed my own and seeing the different levels of success and applying little bits of business and marketing savvy too. I suggest a typical post would contain the following. Thanks or gratitude to open, and explain the reason for the post. It makes it human too, like one person or friend speaking to another. Acknowledgement of a fan, the source of inspiration for the post, or just of your fans in general. And then the content, some examples of which follow. Did you know that unique products are natural, cruelty-free and nourishing? Have you ever wondered why people go to work to afford the life they can't live because they're always at work? Or have you ever wondered why 3D fibre lashes are being so raved about and reviewed all over the net? News just in. I had to let you be the first to know I have just received my first income from Unique whilst I was asleep in bed. Brand new collection available for £20 off retail price. This is my experience, what is yours? This might go something like, I can't believe how easily I can remove my 3D fibre lashes after a day's wear. Does your mascara come off with a cotton pad and water? Comment below. I woke up at 9 AM today and switched on my laptop whilst having a cup of tea. Is that how your day started too? Time-limited offers, which create scarcity and force people into action. By being the first, they will feel that they are getting in and not missing out. Be the first to join this month and turbocharge your sales. Be the first to take advantage of my limited availability for bookings. I have the 3rd, 12th and 28th left. Get in touch now to find out about your rewards and avoid disappointment. By combining the different types of posts to your different types of audience, you will more often be flicking switches and pushing buttons which will keep more people engaged more of the time and ultimately creating more sales, more leads and more bookings. Okay, so finally tonight from me, let's run through Google Plus and Hangouts. Google Hangouts is very simply, for those of you not in the know already, Google's version of Skype's video calling. It allows you to text your contacts like with Facebook Messenger and in groups too, and to video call in groups for free, a premium service with Skype's current package and offerings. Nadine and I have already held some Hangout sessions for practical and technical top tips and will be running many more scheduled ones over the coming weeks and months. If you'd like to join in, then please follow these simple steps. Of course, it can also be used to communicate with customers, prospects and hosts, both domestic and international too. So, if you were to open your browser and simply go to google.co.uk. By clicking on the sign in button at the top right of the screen and filling in your details on the next page, you can create your Google Plus account. There's no need to set up another email address, but if you would like to, or if it's useful, then of course you can. Once you've done this and you've gone through the useful tips, you'll land on your news feed. Google Plus is Google's version of Facebook. We won't go into any of the detail tonight, but so you know, it is another string that can be added to the bow, or to put it another way, a pot to the funnel, at a later date. Whilst on the news feed, or home, as Google calls it, click on the home button at the top left of the screen. Here you will see the top two options are Profile and People. Profile is where you enter further information about yourself if you haven't already, add a profile picture, preferably the same one as your Facebook profile picture, and a background image too. People is where you add people to your circles. A circle in Google Plus is equivalent to adding a person as your friend on Facebook, but also adding them into an audience as earlier discussed at the same time. If you're to add me and Nadine as your first two contacts, we'll add you back, we promise. By doing this, it will enable us to add you to text chats and video hangouts too. You'll never need to miss a beat again. So, once you've done that, if you go to Hangouts, if you go to Hangouts, which you'll find at the top right hand side of the screen, which is a quotation mark in a green speech bubble, you can add your contacts to a chat, the ones that you've put in the circles earlier. Add more people in to have a group text chat, and start a video hangout with them all to really get the party on the swing. When it comes to a training call or a text chat, then all you need to do is simply log on to Google Plus from google.co.uk, make sure Hangouts is open, and activate by clicking on this green bubble in the top right hand as before. See, it's as easy as that, especially when you know how. When the invite comes through, be sure to acknowledge the chat or accept the call quickly, as just like with a regular phone call, you only get a certain number of rings, and if you miss it, then you miss it. One final note worthy of a mention is whoever provides the most noise in a Google Hangout is the one that appears on screen. Just as you would on a regular phone call, be aware of background noise, as not only could it interrupt the flow of what someone is saying, you could also steal the screen too, providing a break in the flow of the Hangout. Okay, so there you have it. Tonight we've covered Facebook audiences, Facebook building, Facebook engagement, to boot a little sprinkling of Google Plus and Google Hangouts too. I want to thank you once again so very much for tuning in. Anyone asleep in the cheap seats at the back needs to wake up now, as Nadine is back on in just a few moments with the fantastic 12 sales of Christmas. If you have any questions or queries, if you would like to make a suggestion or have any feedback at all, then please send me a request on Facebook and get in touch via Darius J. Ward. Next week, subject to change on the demands of each of our businesses, we will cover autoresponders and contact managers too, which will allow us to plug the hole or the gap in the bottom of our marketing funnel which currently exists. Not only that, we'll cover a little on YouTube about setting up a channel which will make it easier to create and share video content for each of the 3 Ps, as well as boost your online presence. Please remember that we run this programme for you. We love that so many of you are choosing to be involved and do genuinely seek your feedback and your comments. It is, after all, your school, and so it's only right that it should be your content too. Let us know what is useful and what is not. Perhaps you want an advanced run-through in a smaller group, or a chance to re-jog some ground already covered. Whatever it is, then let us know and we'll be glad to help. For now though, back over to Nadine and the 12 sales of Christmas.
Thank you, and I do look forward next week to hearing all about the autoresponder and for emails to be going out whilst we are asleep and contact with people. This truly is a 24/7 business where we can be generating new interest without having to give that time commitment to it. We do obviously have to take a look at what amount of time we do want to spend on our business, and also to make sure that every one of those hours is productive. In November, I'll be showing you some practical ways to use the product and also to display them to make them attractive for the Christmas market. Tonight I'd like to go through the theory with you of the 12 sales of Christmas and see which of them, any of them or all of them, you might like to join in with by actually fixing your appointments up for November and early December. One of the things you might consider is to go online to a florist wholesaler and take a look, for example, at country baskets and invest in a roll of cellophane and some Christmas ribbon. The best ribbon to have is the iridescent 500 metres on a roll of silver or gold metallic curling ribbon, because this and a roll of cellophane will certainly see you through the Christmas season. You are all entitled to a wholesale account. Because you are a trader, you would need to apply for one in the first instance. And if you're not close enough to go, and believe me, when you do go, you will come out without any money at all, because you'll be so tempted with all the amazing things to trim up your Christmas gifts. However, that's not the idea. We're here to make you some money, not spend it. So a roll of cellophane and curling ribbon really is all you are going to need. We then need to look at what time you have in November and early December and look at how you can put this time to good use to generate sales. The first thing we must never forget is, of course, our online parties. These can be done in 30 minutes, which have been very successful in America, particularly in recent weeks, where you advertise it before, but people come online to watch the demonstration and to see a little bit of product being applied in 30 minutes. So it's from 30 minutes, maybe 3 days, 5 days, or even 10 days. And by holding 3 of these every week, in some guise or other, that would be at least 15 in the Christmas season, which would surely give you your Fast Start promotion. Fast Start is going to be a fantastic thing for us all to aim at, because of course that gives us £160 in YCash to spend, and although we have 90 days to achieve it, it would be great for us to get it over and done with in November and then be moving on to build our business to the next level in January. So don't forget, the number one way of generating business is through the virtual parties. The second sale of Christmas is to look at some little black dress parties. Who do you know that's going to an event, a party or an activity over the Christmas period? How can you be a part of that? Can they actually try a new look of makeup to go with that new outfit they've chosen? Be able to try before they buy in a much more relaxed atmosphere and be able to treat themselves to a new look along with that new dress. There's no point keeping to the same old makeup when they're going out trying to look and feel fantastic. So face-to-face, one-to-one appointments or little black dress parties are a great way to sell collections of makeup throughout November and December. Number 3 would actually be flexible lunch hours. How many of you are free in the day? Banks, building societies, many offices have flexible lunch times from 11:30 till about 2:30. This means you can set up a little unique stand and show what you offer for Christmas, taking some wrapped gifts. Always save your boxes as well. Don't ever throw the boxes away, because these are great to be able to wrap and show people how their products will come when they order from you. Offer a gift wrapping service when somebody spends, for example, about £50 with you, especially when there's a lot of men involved who are not always great at wrapping products, that when they do their Christmas shopping with you, you'll provide it ready wrapped. Obviously, that needs to be for a certain spend, and it could well be as well you will add on the cost of the wrapping to the product. So that isn't costing you anything at all. Although, as I said, for cellophane and ribbon, that's going to be hardly any cost per gift anyway. Flexible lunch times to actually have a little stand there for about 3 hours means that people don't have to go out into the cold weather. You're there, you can take orders from them, and that will go through as a party for you. Our fourth sale of Christmas is to always have a wrap basket. When you have a log basket, which again you can get from Country Baskets, or you may have a basket or a box at home that you can wrap round in Christmas paper, then you can put some gifts together in a basket, put tabs on them, show how much they all are, and wherever you go, be it to the school gates or to Christmas fairs, you can ask and take your basket with you. This is also a great way to leave a basket of wrap gifts with somebody that you trust, a friend or family member, for 2 to 3 days, and ask them and their friends to buy from your catalogue and also from your basket, but always put a time frame on it. So therefore, your basket or box, whichever you prefer, should always be in a place for sales when you aren't. And this will really help boost your sales. Remember that every time we place a £166 order, we also get it postage free. Our fifth step is to actually look at tree gifts. It might also be classed as Secret Santa. How many offices and works do you know that actually have Secret Santas these days? You can actually get wooden tree hangers with hooks on the top, which will actually, with a double-sided sticker, put one of our smaller products on. So a lip gloss or a pigment or a couple of pigments can easily stick on the back of a tree hanger. These will come in at Secret Santa price, and you can go into these places of work and offer to sell the tree gifts or Secret Santa gifts. Number 6 would actually be looking at corporate shopping. How many companies actually buy their products from a certain place every year? They may do a block order of chocolate, or it could be wine. Why not this time some unique gifts for everybody in their company? So when you ring companies and you ask them who is likely to buy their corporate gifts this year, you can ask to go into the place and do a presentation for them, look at the budget and provide their corporate gifts. Never be afraid to do a one-to-one, which is our number 7, because when we look at personal shopping, let's take landladies or people who actually work antisocial hours to sit and do a one-to-one with a wish list. Let's take a look at everybody that you're going to be buying for this Christmas, and then I will show you what I have within your budget. I'll provide it ready wrap for you, and then that's going to save you going out on your precious time off when I can do that for you. Very often on personal shopping appointments, we can get an order which is well over a party sale. So never be afraid to book one-to-one appointments with people who lead very busy lives. Number 8 is to provide an open house. When you work from home, how great later into November could you get the mulled wine on, some mince pies, maybe chocolate and so on, and then open your house and allow people to come on a day that you are going to be in anyway and come and do the shopping at a Christmas open house at yours. These always work really well. All past hostesses, friends, family, neighbours can call in at a time to suit them, have a glass of wine with you, and also this is a great way to look at people joining in the opportunity or booking their own parties further in the year. Number 9 would actually be to ask somebody to sell 10 products, wrap up one of the gifts, especially our mascara, and when they go into their place of work, they can actually sell 10 and they could have theirs free. You would actually be using your host allowance to do this, so it won't be costing you anything. They get their 3D fibre lash free, and obviously they would be thrilled with that, and you have 10 new customers. Make sure that you find out who's bought them, because you know that every 3 months people are going to want another mascara, and this is where your reorder business will come in, and we'll do lots of training on reorders going forward. Number 10 would actually be to take a look at the receptionist on industrial estates to see whether she will take a couple of products from you and one of our catalogues, and then whether she could ask all the people at work, and you can use her as a host and she can start doing her Christmas shopping free. We must never forget to do our own shopping either, because obviously this is going to be a great way to build our business, and our very last order of the year should always be for us. So our final way of selling at Christmas is not to forget the men. How many people are in touch with a lot of men that work? They're not always. They sometimes will actually buy things on Christmas Eve. We can have men only parties. We can also speak to the ladies who bought from us to say, if the choice was yours and money was no object, what would you like to have from our Christmas collection? And that way you can ask permission to ring the person who is most likely to buy for them. And when you speak to them, you would say that you had been chatting to their partner or friend or daughter, and this is what they would like from Younique, and would they like to order that from them, and you will provide it for them gift wrapped. So referrals are a great way of moving on to the next sale. So they're just some ideas for the 12 sales of Christmas. I really hope that one or more of them have been useful for you, and they are appointments that you can get in place, get in place, so that we are ready to hit the ground running with all the pre-orders in November, and then with our ongoing appointments as November progresses. I'm quite sure that you can all achieve Fast Start. The excellence, the enthusiasm that you've shown, I'm sure that it will all be in place for you. So there we have it, the 12 sales of Christmas. We will throughout November do some practical demonstrations so that you can see how to put some or all of these things into action. I look forward to speaking to lots of you next week. Don't be afraid to actually come and have a small Google Hangout or group discussion so that we can actually thrash through the detail on some of the things that you've actually learnt today. I'm really looking forward to seeing as many of you as possible get your Fast Start achievement in November and be able to spend that £160 YCash before Christmas is here. How great it would be for you all to have the most amazing kits full of all your favourite products before we hit 2015. You just need to behave as if it's impossible to fail, and remember, what the mind can conceive and believe, it certainly will achieve. Speak to you all again next week, and thanks for joining us tonight. Bye.